Hi, welcome to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and I'm Dee, and we're here to share the passions. And well, my passion is all about integrity, having the best life, and sharing my knowledge and education so that people can just have that better life, and actually get back to basics so that we can live healthier and live wiser. So I have my friends here, and I'm so excited. We're gonna have a good time learning some more good stuff. And hi, Diane. How you
Hi,
doing?
Dee. I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Very good. So, well, we all know you're my co-host. You've been here for now a few months now. And well, what's your passion?
Well, my passion is I'm an actor, and I also love photography, and I'm into wellness, and I'm also into humanity, helping people. So today I want to say to everyone, reach out and touch someone's hand, and let's bring peace to the world.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
we
cool.
need that.
That's cool. Well, we have another wellness person that loves people and what have you. And I actually met her through, well, at the job. But we don't even want to talk about. We don't even talk about the job. But it was just that we kept on each seeing
Running
each
into
other,
each other.
and we smiled, hi. Didn't know each other's name, but always would say hello.
Right.
And then we realized we were kind of like
Very similar.
very similar. Hi, Elena. How you doing?
Hello, I'm great.
Oh my gosh, thank you for coming out. And it was
No
actually
problem.
another last minute. We have these last minute things.
And I'm
you
glad
know.
it worked out that way because I wanted to be here. Thank you for
I
having
know,
me.
I know. So since you're here, first time especially, what is your passion for life?
Well, I love food.
You love
I love
food.
And when you love food, you have to love fitness. It goes
Right.
hand in hand. I
Right.
believe you have to have a balance between both. You should enjoy your food because we need it to survive, but
Right.
good food. And fitness, it's a balance in life. If you feel good, you look good, you live good, you make better choices,
Right.
And I believe food and fitness creates happy, healthy people. So we should bring them together to make this world a little better. And that's what and I love to dance, and I'm a mom, so I cook a lot for my kids, and there's a lot of things I love to do, but food is number one.
Okay,
That's
well,
it.
that's how I met you too, because she said, "Oh yeah, I have my own kitchen that
Mhm.
I prepare foods," and I said, "Well, I'm going to check it out." I'm always looking for something to help me back getting balance, because I'm all about balance.
Right.
So I actually started her program this past Monday,
Mhm.
right?
A week.
Monday.
It's gonna be a week.
Yeah, and I'm loving it. The
Thank
food is
you.
delicious and what have
Thank
you.
you.
So, what made you? Well, actually, you are a what chef?
A chef. I'm
And
a licensed chef.
hmm
I am a trainer. I am, I would say, a life coach. I try to embrace everything wellness in one happy place. When you pull into McDonald's, it's convenient, right? You get what you need in one shot. I feel like we need to bring that to life for fitness and food. If you can walk into a place and you get everything you need to live a healthy lifestyle, and I wouldn't say everything you need, but the advice you need to push you in the right direction and motivate you, then that's good enough for me.
And how did you get started?
Well, I've always had a few health issues, and after I had my second baby, I gained a lot of weight. And like most women, it's hard to get it off, and just being home wasn't helping me because I would breastfeed and then eat and go to sleep, or whatever, what moms do. And run behind the baby, but which wasn't far, so I didn't lose any weight. And before I knew it, I was 275, and I felt extra heavy. I was tired, and
Yeah.
I was 24. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I have to
Yeah.
do something about it.
Yeah.
And I always had a open mind to fitness. Like most women, I would go to the gym and just do cardio or take the classes, and then I try to eat healthy or maybe skip meals, thinking it's going to save me calories, and that really defeats the purpose. I felt like this time around, I wanted to truly understand my body and the changes that it's going to make when I'm doing these things, because if I make the mistake again, it's easy for me to go back to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I started reading a whole bunch of books and working out and just trying to find a good place in my mind where I felt like this is important to me and I need to do it for myself so I can be better for my family. If I'm always tired and not able to cook dinner or do homework, what purpose do I serve to my family? So I started working out, and I always loved to cook, but I realized the relationship I had with food then wasn't a healthy relationship. So I decided to go a little healthier. It was boring at first, but then I thought, I I want to enjoy my food.
Yeah.
So I got to take my time and figure out what I like and what works for me and what's good for me. And I started posting meals on, well, my family had dinner together every night. That's where the name came from, dinner in my kitchen every night.
Okay.
So I started my Instagram page, and I would always hashtag dinner in my kitchen every night, because when I was a kid, although it was like a lot of kids in the house, we never had dinner together.
Right.
And my children, they want that. They enjoy that. You know, we
Yeah,
sit at the table,
yeah.
we joke and stuff, and
Yeah.
you know, when we're at work and school, it's always hectic. So that time was for us to, you know, reconnect as a family. And everybody started taking a liking to it. They were hashtagging dinner in my kitchen every night, having dinner with their family. So I started making meals for myself in those meal prep bowls, so I can get through my week and, you know, still handle everything that I have to do, because I work 2 jobs or whatever I was doing. And eventually, you know, people started asking me, oh, can you help me out? Can you help me lose weight? The weight started coming off slowly. I didn't even realize I still look in the mirror sometimes and like, I still got some work to do. But
Well,
everybody does, you know? That's just women, I think. Sometimes you just feel like that. You know?
Now, how did you pick out the foods that you wanted to start preparing?
Okay, I like to cook, so I always cooked at home. I was never an outside eater. So I just, you know, when I started reading these books, I would see, not that white potatoes are bad for you, but, you know, sweet potato has way more nutrients, and, you know, the calories that you're going to get from the sweet potatoes still packed with, you know, protein, and it breaks down a little bit slower, so it helps you stabilize your blood sugar. And just to learn these little things just gave me a little mindset where, okay, maybe I'll just leave that one out and go with this, and I'll leave this out and go with that. And then you experiment, you know. If it didn't taste good, I'll throw it away and do something else.
So did you go to school at all?
The
or you
culinary, no. Not
Yeah,
at all.
uh-huh.
It's I have a big family. I've been cooking since I was about 7, 8 years old. So I just get in the kitchen and I experiment. I don't think, just like the way I experiment with my hair, I feel like there's no mistakes there. Like, you know, it's just hair. It's just food. If it doesn't taste good, you do it again. It's not a big deal. So I would just, and my kids are my guinea pigs. So anything I make, they'll be like, oh, mommy, that was good. Or, you know, my son, he's very honest. He'll be like, mommy, I don't like that. That's too healthy. That's nasty or whatever. And now my kids are, I would say, screaming they love veggies.
Right.
My daughter's a fan of Brussels sprouts.
Really?
Asparagus. My son the same. Quinoa. We don't even eat rice. We haven't eaten rice in maybe
But
5
yeah,
years.
and it's no good for
I
you.
love
Rice is
quinoa.
so not good for you.
You know, and protein.
Yeah.
I mean, quinoa packs protein. You know,
Yeah.
you could have
Yes.
that as a meal itself.
Right,
You don't
right,
need chicken on
right,
it. I mean,
right.
a lot of people live for plant-based diets. I say, as long as you get the protein and all the nutrients you need, it's fine. You know,
Right.
and if you want to eat the way you want to eat, fast food or whatever, you got to have a balance. You know, everything's in moderation. You can't go in a drive-through and buy 2 burgers, a soda, and a shake and say, I'm going to work out tomorrow, because your body's thinking, okay, what am I going to do with this? It's going to just sit here.
But, you know, do you realize that the food, are you using what kind of foods? Are you
Everything
using
is organic.
Okay.
The reason why I started to lean towards the organic food, there's a difference, especially with the meat, because
Yeah.
I taste the difference,
Yeah.
you can see the difference, but everyone can't afford to go to Whole Foods Market or wherever. I believe Stop and Shop is really a happy medium. I also offer grocery shopping assistance to my clients, because buying my meal plan might not be something that everybody could afford, and it might not be something everybody's comfortable with, because a lot of people know how to cook, you know? So I say, I don't think you should live off of my meal plan. You should learn to live off of what you like and how you feed yourself. So we'll go to the supermarket together, and I'll show them, like, you know, things on the shelf are designed to last 4 and 5 years. If it's going to be on the shelf for 5 years, it's going to be in your stomach
Right,
for
exactly.
a long time. And even if it leaves, that means you lost everything you need in that meal. So what's the point of eating it?
Right.
So we go, I show them to go, like, you know you've heard Dr. Oz say, you make the U shape in the supermarket, just visit the produce, the dairy, the meat, and that's the best way to go. I mean, it's so simple, but it's really important to stick to that, because then you go down the aisles with the fruit roll-ups and the Pop-Tarts and the cookies, and everybody likes those things. It's sugar. I mean, I used to like it at one point, but now that I eat it, I'm sick. So I already trained my body where I could have a little of something that I enjoy, but if I overdo it, I'm sure I'm going to be throwing up, or I'll be in the bathroom, because that's just the way the body reacts to things that it doesn't need. You know?
Oh, yeah. I actually detoxed for 8 months.
That's a long time.
Well, it was a detox program, basically, but I ate food.
Okay.
So it wasn't
So
like
that's not-
no,
yeah,
no.
not those
So it was,
liquid-
I was
yeah.
eating real food,
Okay.
but the coach that I worked with, he actually gave me what to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So
So it worked
basically,
out,
what
same,
you
like the
so
same,
yeah,
right.
and basically I did mostly vegetables, and
Okay.
because I knew about organics and all kinds of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I actually went with the organics because
Organic, right.
I'm allergic to a lot of things, and that's
Right.
because I believe with the body just
The
being
chemicals,
exposed,
everything
all the
they're adding
chemicals,
to the
preservatives, and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff has really
They really
so
destroy our
toxic.
food.
It's so toxic. So I actually try to do organic,
Right.
and I know it's not really expensive because you eat less.
I like that you said that.
It's not really
That's everybody's
expensive. You know,
favorite line. It's
no,
not
it's not
expensive.
really. It's not really expensive because I
Right.
feel you eat less because you're not tending to
You don't have the
overeat.
need
You
to
don't.
overeat.
Yeah,
You don't have
you
the need
get
anymore.
satiated.
Right,
You're
right,
happy
right.
because what happens is the foods that are processed and has the chemicals make you want to eat more. So then you end
Exactly.
up spending more, and
Right.
you don't even
And it
realize.
doesn't
You know,
cost-
people.
and on top of it, what about the medical bills?
Yes. Oh my
and
gosh.
everything else.
Exactly.
And I tell people every day, like, okay, you said eating healthy is not good for you, but what about you going to the store and Louis Vuitton and buying that bag or those shoes? I mean, I'm a cheapskate. I'm so cheap. Only thing I spend money on is my hair and my food. But Whole Foods, for me, I guess that's what made me realize that I need to make a change in the food, because I would go to Western Beef and pick up an apple, and then I would go to Whole Food. And it got to the point where I would get into arguments with the staff in the supermarket, because I would say to them, "Where are you getting these fruits from? Where you picking
Yeah,
from the garbage?
exactly.
Like, what's wrong with these
Yeah,
vegetables and fruits?" You know,
yeah.
and they're like, "There's nothing wrong with it. It's just fruits and vegetables, but the taste is different."
No, it's
Yes, it
definitely
is.
different.
It's
definitely
a big difference.
It's a
you know?
big
Even my
difference.
kids notice the difference. You know,
No, it's and you know what? It's well, the chemicals in the soil and
Right.
and well,
Everything from
certain
beginning to
foods
end.
you have to really eat organic, and certain
Right.
foods you don't.
right?
And do you train people that way
Yeah,
also?
I try to explain to them that, you know, for me, I believe your produce, the best way to go is organic. You know, I can't remember it now, but
They have a
there's code.
They have a dirt. Oh yeah, I found
There's a
it.
code.
Yes.
A 3 for each.
Yes.
The
They're-
genetic modified,
Yes,
the
the
places that come from where they
Right,
supposed to
right,
come from,
naturally.
and then the ones that are organic.
Right. Actually, I posted it recently.
I have it somewhere on my
Yes,
phone.
I
and
posted it
that
recently.
really helped me a
Yes,
lot.
yes,
Because
yes.
sometimes I'll go to the supermarket, and, you know, when you trying to save a little money, you see the difference in price, and you're like, I'm going to go with that. And then I'll look at the stick, and I'm like, oh, I guess I got to pay more, because that's not really worth it,
Really,
you know?
Really. Well,
So-
they do say that, like, they say dirty dozen that you really need to, or 30-15 or something like
Mm-hmm.
that you really need to buy organic.
Okay.
Like apples, grapes.
Grapes especially, yeah.
Yeah, apples, grapes, collard greens.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember all of them, but there's quite a nice list.
List,
But then
okay.
there's some that you don't have to, like avocado,
Mhm. Oh, I love avocado.
pineapples.
That's my favorite.
Those don't have to be
Mm-hmm.
because they don't have to be organic, because they don't necessarily have the issues with. Although I don't know whether they do GMOs, but you want to stay away
Right.
from the
Yeah, of
GMOs, so you
course.
need to know that code.
Mhm.
And I can't remember. I think it was 8.
Yeah.
That's okay, and then 6 and 5 or something,
Something like
that.
yeah. It's something like that. I can't remember it now. But when I seen it, I thought to myself, why don't they ship this to everyone? They should have it in the supermarket.
Oh, 9 is fine. Okay. Oh, we got somebody that's all about it. So
Okay.
9 is good.
Mine is good. Yeah.
I would say
The 9 is the non-GMO. Right. All right.
that's good. Good to know. I gotta remember that. But
And then
they should post
there's
that
one
somewhere.
that's pesticides, so
Right.
it's not as bad. It's locally grown, and then the other one you just don't want to touch. That's
Right.
the GMOs. So you don't even want to, be bothered with that. So
Yeah.
the food that I've had with the cooking
Mm-hmm.
has been so filling and so satisfying. And the fact that I know that it's organic and it's real food,
And it
I
tastes
like,
good.
and it tastes good.
Most important.
I'm
And-
so
And what's the
excited.
name? What's the name of your business? You started
Dinner
prepared
in my
meals.
kitchen every night, and I always have underneath it, because it's important to me. Food plus fitness equals HHP, happy, healthy people.
Mm.
I don't know, my daughter came up with that, and it just stuck.
That's so
And-
cool.
Yeah, and I was like, it's true, because since I wouldn't say that I'm a bad person, or I was a bad person, but when I wasn't as healthy, I wasn't happy, and because I wasn't
what it
happy,
is,
I
yeah.
was angry and
Mhm.
maybe hard to understand or get along with. So, grouchy all the time, and I feel like once I started to make this change, I just became that happy, healthy person.
Well, the thing is, you're balanced now.
Right.
Your body's back
Right.
in balance. When you're not in balance, you can't be happy.
You can't be, exactly.
You know, how can you be doing good things, right?
But there's people that, you know, get up in the morning and they learn to put that face on and just go through the day and say, I'm okay, you know, it's okay, it's okay. But it catches up with you.
Well, what is that commercial with the whatever? It's like depression. You're walking around with a little mask on and what have you, and you're not really happy.
And I did that for a long time.
Yeah.
I did because
Yeah, well, I did
my
too.
parents put it in my mind that, well, my mom, because my dad wasn't there, but my mom puts it in my mind that your business is your business. And whatever you're going through, you don't have to show anybody. Nobody has to see that you're depressed or stressed or sad or whatever. And it's like, you know, we're human and we're entitled to feel things and go through things. And if you share it, it makes it a lot easier. You know, it makes it better because everybody goes through things, you know. And it opens the floodgates to someone say, listen, I'm going through the same thing, girl. Don't worry about it. You know?
Yes.
And it feels good to know that you're not the only person going through crazy things.
Well, this is why this show started, you know, because I actually am a talker. And I didn't realize who I was either. And I was very shy and a lot of challenges and very unhappy, broken home, big girl, what have you. But I always smiled and I always met people. And then I realized, wait a minute, it doesn't have to be that bad.
Right.
And so, but sharing actually, it makes it easier, caring and what have you, and it just lets it go.
And it allows you to be real. Because if you don't share, it's like you're not really happy. And you're telling everybody I am happy, or I'm showing them that I am happy, and then it's like you go home at night and you're like, oh God, I'm not happy. And then how good is that for you? You know, it just builds up, and then depression sets in, and then you start eating, and you start getting fat, and you forget about working out, and then you're right where everybody else is, and you don't want to be there.
It's great to share your passions. You know, I was a trainer for many years, so making people feel good was, you know, that's what I was all about. And I'm sure after you have a workout and you work out with clients, you feel.
I do. What do they say? The feel-good hormone, endorphins.
Yes.
When I'm just Wednesday, I had that dog bite at work. I had a hot day. It was so hot, and my AC broke. I just had a rough day, and I went home and I said, "I'm taking this wig off. I'm gonna work out until I pass out, and hopefully I'll feel good again." And halfway through the workout, I forgot I even had a dog bite. I forgot I had a bad day, and I had my meal, and it felt even better because if I don't eat. You know that Snicker commercial, you're not yourself when you're hungry? That's true. You know, like I have, maybe because I'm keeping myself on a schedule where I eat every 3 hours, if I hit that 4-hour mark, it's like, oh my God, I'm going to have a problem. I need my meal. I need my water, you know, because my body is telling me, listen, it's time to feed, you know, it's time to get ready to do the next thing. You got to make sure you keep your body fully nourished because it slows you down if you don't take care of yourself. You know, it makes things so much slower and life so much slower, and things shouldn't go fast, but you should be able to enjoy life. And not to say at your age, because age is just a number, but, you know, be happy and enjoy life.
Well, when you have the right fuel in your body ages better. So therefore, it doesn't really go to, it's just a amazing way to go. So, you know what? We're going to go and take a quick break, and we'll be right back, okay?
See, I forgot the camera.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Hog's hair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowwash.com.
Shannon Gates is the #1 fence provider on Long Island, with the most inventory in stock, including vinyl, chain link, and aluminum. Gates offers a custom powder-coated system that prevents rust throughout the life of the fence. We carry fence tools to the trade. We even stock wood, rail, and glass hardware as well. Shannon Gates has our very own patented locking system. The next time you need fencing of any sort, both commercial and private, give Shannon Gates a call at 631-392-4330. You can also visit our website at shannongatesinc.com.
You smell so good, I won't have to bathe the next 2 weeks. Anything. So, here, laugh a little harder. All right?
I will take him. I would be proud to show you off, you little weirdo man.
Get a new sweater. The worst dressed man here tonight. Right? Look, get that laugh, and get it in there tonight because nobody else is gonna laugh like her. She's under drugs, all right?
Hi, welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and I'm here with my friends, and we're just hanging out and sharing the passions of eating good and living well and putting great things in our bodies, in our minds. So, Elena, so I know you have this kitchen, and so you do basically all organic. How about processed foods? What are you doing with the processed foods?
Put in the trash where it belongs.
Okay.
It doesn't belong in your body at all. You know, growing up, it was the go-to thing, I believe, because my mother has 8 children plus the 4 stepchildren that she raised. So in the house, it's about 12 or 13 of us. To have a meal is going to fill everybody. You want rice, you want chicken, you want whatever is going to fill you up. It doesn't matter where it comes from or how it was cooked or whatever, you know. That's the way we ate. And I didn't think it was a bad thing until I realized, you know, 2 and 3 starches on one plate doesn't make any type of sense. Like, my mother would make, you know, Jamaicans like dumpling, and that's just flour.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she'll make rice and peas, and then she'll put something else on the side, and I'm like, goodness, lady, like, how many things are you gonna eat? So once I started to be, like, teenage years, you know, I started to worry about my body, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna eat that. I said I'm gonna go vegetarian. That didn't work. They didn't support it. They didn't support it, so it couldn't work. You know, she's buying groceries, and everybody's eating this, and I'm eating tuna fish every day. It's not gonna happen. So then I gave up on that, started eating like they did again, and eventually, you know, not only because the food wasn't good for me, there's a lot of things going on at home that just wasn't good for me at all, so it made me very unhealthy. And before I knew it, even as a teenager, I was really fat at one point. And then I got pregnant as a teenager with my first son. And at that time, I was only 16, so it was easy for the weight to just get off because I was a kid. You know, I looked at myself and I said, oh my God, I'm 16, I have a baby. How am I gonna be this fat? I started running. Every morning I would get up, run 15 blocks and back every morning. And I disappeared. But I didn't like the way I looked because the weight just dropped. I was saggy. I didn't build any muscle. I didn't look healthy. I felt unhealthy. So the weight came back on. But then I was working. I didn't have a car, so I walked everywhere. Before I knew I had holes in my shoes. But, you know, I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah,
and then eventually, maybe a couple years later, I got pregnant with my daughter. And then I realized the difference. I was like, oh, I'm a little bit older now. And the weight doesn't even try to shift, not even a little bit. And I breastfed for almost a year and a half, and I did everything they said I should. And I'm like, wait, something's wrong here. I said, you know what? It's me. I'm being lazy.
Yeah.
So I decided to get up and do something different and cut out. Okay. You know.
No.
Or we moved to Pennsylvania. We already had moved before my daughter was born. And I don't know if you ever been, like the Poconos, I don't consider that like the country bunk in Pennsylvania because it's a little closer to New York. But everybody in Pennsylvania does the same thing. We all live the same way. You go to Walmart, you buy everything in Walmart. You go home, you eat a lot of food, you walk your dogs, you may go somewhere, but you're not doing anything else. That's just it. That's the lifestyle. You watch TV, you're home with your family, but you're getting fat because that's the way they live, you know?
How long were you
I
in
wouldn't say
Pennsylvania?
everybody. I was there a year and a half before my daughter was born, and then when she was born, started to commute for about 6 months, and that didn't work out because she was breastfeeding and she cried every day. And then I want to say we came back when my daughter was going on 2. And now we're back and forth. I go like weekends when I'm off because my nana's there, my in-laws are there, so we go there on the weekends or whatever. But once I got back to New York, living in New York is not slow like Pennsylvania. You can't stay in the house and just go to Walmart. You have to move around here.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's hectic in New York, and I missed that. So I said, I'm coming back to New York. And my husband was like, oh, you should stay in Pennsylvania because his mother had a shop, and I was running the business from there. And it was okay, I could have been comfortable with that, but that's not who I am. I like to hustle. I like to get up and do what I have to do for myself. So I came back to New York, and I had got a little stupid job just to prove that I'm going to be able to do what I can do out here. And I didn't care about that job. I started going to the gym and started working out, and then it came into this. And then I started working at North Shore, and they're very big on health and trying to promote something healthy and push you in the right direction. And being there also made me feel like, if I don't take this serious now, when am I going to take it serious? Because I have to work at 5 o'clock. I start at 5 o'clock in the morning. If I'm dragging myself out of bed at that time, when I get home, I'm not even going to barely make it inside. So this doesn't make sense. So I just, little by little, you have little wake-up calls. Things slap you in your face. And, my kids are like, oh, let's go to the park. And I'm like, I'm tired. And I didn't do anything yet. And I'm tired. So I'm like, I can't do this. I can't. So
But you were still eating unhealthy at that point.
At that point, it was off and on.
Right.
So once I got, I think 2012, once I actually started full-time, because I was per diem at North Shore, because I didn't want to take the job and commute and not be able to get back. So once I got the part-time position with North Shore, I started to take it a little more serious and cook a little bit better. Like, we would always eat at home. I was never an outside eater. So it wasn't as hard for us, but to cut out like the rice and maybe fried foods and like my traditional meals I'm used to, like the rice and peas and dumpling. Those things are not bad, but the way that I'm used to eating it just wasn't normal.
Right.
So I decided that I'm going to cut those things out. And I didn't miss it at first, and then I started to cook healthier, and then my kids would complain. They'd go to my mom's house on the weekend, and they'd be like, oh, mommy's always cooking healthy, and mommy's this, mommy's that. And before you know it, they forgot about her stuff. And they started eating my stuff, and it was just like normal to them. And then now I even have her. Like, my mother's very stuck in her ways. The Korean people, she's like, her way, this way it goes. You follow her way, whatever. And I would give her food, and she's like, oh, what is this? Or I'm not gonna eat that or whatever. And she started eating it, and now her coworkers are asking, and she's like, oh, I need to lose a few pounds. And I'm like, you're not serious about it. You're gonna eat your rice and peas. You're gonna eat your dumpling. But, they want to, like a lot of people. You know what to do, and you want to do it, but it's not easy to commit to that.
But you know what? If they want to eat the rice and peas and the dumplings, if they get the rice doesn't have the arsenic and all the chemicals in it, or get the organic rice and stuff like that, because or the dumpling, the flour that will be able to be organic, so that it will come out of your body, because your body will recognize it.
Right.
But right now, people are putting these processed foods in there, and your body doesn't recognize it, and that's what's causing the fat cells to continue to grow.
But you see, the stubborn people are like, they know the difference. Like, I make, that's one of the things I started doing with my food. Like, I realized that my family and people that I know, grew up with, they all looking at me like, oh, she's eating weird stuff, she's doing this, she's doing that, like, she's acting like whatever, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna show y'all something. I started making quinoa like I make rice and peas.
I love quinoa.
Every ingredient you would use in the rice and peas,
That a lot.
Really?
I add to my quinoa. Coconut milk, but everything's organic.
I can't
and I
wait.
make it, And my mom eats it even the way my great-grandmother made it. There's a secret little recipe she used to put in there that my mom probably didn't even realize I put in my quinoa now.
Really?
And sometimes I had it for the barbecue, and everybody's like, this is good, this is good. I'm like, yeah, I know it's good. Like, I don't even tell
Do you use any spices in your foods?
I always use fresh spices. I don't try to go, like, I was raised on adobo. Adobo is the Latin, whatever way.
I know,
it's full
it's
of
so
salt.
bad. I know it is.
Full of salt. I wouldn't say I never use it at home. I would use it on
yeah.
some of my stuff, because some meals, you have to make it the way that you're used to eating it. But Now I would go for, I'm big, I love ginger, I love garlic, coriander, cumin.
Cumin, yeah.
Turmeric is my favorite.
Favorite, yes.
Ginger, because they say those are good for the inflammation.
Yes,
I
yes,
battle with chronic pain every day. That's another reason why I started to take this serious, because you don't want to live on medication. You don't want to live on painkillers. You don't want to feel like you're 90 years old when you're not even 30 yet. And that's exactly how I started to feel. Like even today I would have aches and pains. I get up and you hear a little crick here and there, but I know it's not like it used to be. So I'm grateful for where I am now.
Right.
Do you do any juicing?
In the beginning, I tried, but for me, I like to eat my food. Yeah,
Me
sometimes
too.
I just feel like drinking it is just, even though you're gonna get the nutrients regardless, if you're doing a balance of the fruits and vegetables. A lot of people like to go towards more fruits because they want the flavor, and then that's a lot of sugar at one time, which still sends that spike to your blood sugar and defeats the purpose.
Exactly.
So I try to explain that to people all the time. A lot of people are like, oh, I juice all day. I eat 1 meal and I juice all day, and I'm like, that's fine. If you're losing the weight and you're feeling healthy, you do what works for you.
Right.
But at the same time, you have to be mindful of what you're doing. You
Right.
can't just say, because I threw 4 apples in here and a cup of spinach, I'm doing the right thing. The apple is loaded with sugar. It's natural sugar, but there's
exactly.
still a lot of sugar in there. Like, I have a new client now I just started with. She's 70 years old, and she has blood pressure issues, but no diabetes. But her doctor told her it was best to stay away from sugar. And she loves bananas and apples. So I said to her, she's like, he said, I can't have it. And I hate that doctors tell you can't have anything. That's not fair. It's not easy to live like that. You have to have a happy medium. I explained to her, yes, these things are loaded with natural sugar, but if you have half with some nuts or some nut butter, it's fine. It's not going to kill you and not every day, but try to have a balance.
I use almond butter a lot. I love almond butter.
Justin's?
And I make a protein shake with the almond butter.
I do too. I call it the peanut punch, because the Jamaicans,
love
we
it.
make it like with peanut butter, but
Oh,
I use the
really?
almond butter. But I love almond butter.
I gotta try that.
You see,
Almond butter's great. It's
You
part
see-
of
But
my...
you know what? Can we
part
show
of-
a couple pictures of your foods, and then you just describe what they are,
Okay.
and because we do have a few. So what is that?
So this is a breakfast sandwich. You know how you would go to the store and buy your bacon, egg, and cheese? Well, this is the same, but it's on a sweet potato. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On a sweet potato?
On a sweet potato.
How you do that?
I slice the sweet potatoes like you would slice bread. I grill them on both sides. I make my egg, my bacon. If you want cheese, I put it on top, and fresh spinach on the side, or
Now
whatever
you use
would
bacon.
like.
No bacon. Do you use bacon?
Turkey bacon.
Turkey bacon.
I don't
yes,
eat
which
pork.
I love.
Yeah.
I'm
Turkey
turkey,
Yeah.
chicken,
Chicken,
and
bacon.
fish. That's it.
Really? Wow.
This is a tuna fish wrap with cabbage and carrots, red cabbage, green cabbage, and carrots. It's on a whole wheat wrap, but the wrap is 90 calories. It's skinny, slim wraps. Those girls their things are really good.
Really?
I live by those wraps, yeah. And then this is a sweet potato with an egg in the middle.
I have a question. Do you have gluten-free wraps?
That's gluten-free.
Right.
Oh, really?
That's gluten-free,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And if
okay.
I make, usually I
then
would
it's
make,
not whole wheat if it's gluten-free.
No, it's not. It's like a oat
It's a
base.
rice. It's maybe a rice.
I think it's an oat base.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But I would make
there was another one that I think we passed by.
sweet potato with the egg.
Yeah, that one. What is that?
A sweet potato with the egg in the middle, like how you would get egg and toast, but sweet potato.
Oh my gosh! I'm so
this is
excited.
This is a citrus chicken, breaded chicken with citrus quinoa. And that's just a few different meals I would prep for the clients for the week. I try to do between, it depends on the client. Some people are okay with breakfast. Breakfast is simple. If you can have oatmeal one day, eggs another day, I tell everybody, you don't have to spend your money with me for breakfast. Breakfast is something you can do by yourself. Overnight oats is my go-to breakfast every day. I love oatmeal, and it keeps you full.
Yeah.
And you just add some almond milk, some yogurt, even water if you don't want the almond milk,
Right.
and the oats. And for my kids, I would always add like chocolate chips or raisins or cinnamon or whatever. Mix it up every day. And I just feel like you have to get creative. Your palate is going to be very bored if you're going to eat bland food every day, and then eventually you're going to fall off the diet.
Right.
And that's why it's not a diet for me. This
Right.
is my
Right.
lifestyle.
No, it's a lifestyle.
exactly.
Right.
And I have to commit to it because if I go on vacation now, I bought a timeshare 2 years ago for this very reason. I cannot go on vacation and eat food outside. I tried the year before. Oh God, I spent my whole vacation in the bathroom.
Well,
It was
that's
horrible.
what I was telling you. I did the detox, right,
Yeah.
for 8 months. And so then when I came off the detox, why did I do this? But I decided I'm so embarrassed. I went to White Castle.
Oh
Because-
man, even before detox.
When I went to White Castle, right, and I brought me a couple of burgers, and I took one bite, and I couldn't get past that window, and it just like
Yeah.
half hour,
Oh my
a
god.
half hour, I just
Couldn't
violent.
even
It was
wow.
violent. It's like,
Wow.
and then actually recently I went to what is it? We went to Florida,
Mhm.
and I went to Pancake House.
Oh. Oof, I had a
Oh
bad
my
experience
gosh!
there.
It has actually cured me from going
Eating
to.
this
You know, I was like, if I
That's a
go,
good thing.
but you can find a lot of places now that really cater to
Oh, yeah.
you know, organic
Mhm.
and very healthy way of eating. I really don't eat chicken unless I know that
It's
it's
organic.
or
And a good
antibiotic
rating,
free
right,
or
yeah.
whatever, because I know that I'm gonna have that
Yeah,
taste
probably
in my
not, right.
throat, and it's just nasty.
You know,
Why you
another-
like that? And I go to a health food store, which I'm not going to. We're going to have them on eventually. That make unbelievable food, and I usually eat there like 4 times. It's 4 times a week.
a week. Yeah. You know, we need places like that because it's McDonald's on every corner, Burger King on every corner, Wendy's on every corner.
And then they have the pharmacies on every corner.
Yeah.
So it's
and then Wendy's is saying they have this healthy thing and this healthy thing, and it's like, you know, you can fool some people, but eventually, I hope eventually people will realize that they have to, you know, I'm not saying you can't eat out, you know, it's fine. Me personally, even before this, my parents already brainwashed me that eating out is bad for you because they don't want to spend the money, you know. But then for myself, I started to realize things. I would see, you know, people not washing their hands. They're not. And
Yeah.
I'm very, very, very serious about being clean and following the proper protocol with your meat and your vegetables and your food. You can't mix those things. Those things will really make
No,
you sick,
yeah,
and
exactly.
viruses will
Right.
spread. And you know, if you don't take care of yourself on a daily, how weak your immune system is,
oh yeah,
you're just killing yourself.
I was a
That's it.
microbiologist, so I do
Wow.
know.
You've done a
Yes.
Both of you have done a lot.
Been around, you know,
Yeah.
so I do exactly understand. My grandmother actually lived to 101.
Wow.
And that was the thing she said that she did.
Yeah.
She made sure she washed her hands all the time, and she ate oatmeal every day
Yeah.
with her little vegetable, with
So
her
I'm gonna
fruits
see
and what
100
have
years
you.
old. I'm looking
101,
forward to
and
that.
she didn't have any makeup, you know, any
Wow.
wrinkles or anything like that. She was amazing, and she
Yeah.
walked straight.
And then you think about the old-fashioned ways, the way to be. You know, like you said, back to the basics. You know,
Yeah.
at one point, I'm not saying we didn't eat fast food or the TV dinners because at one point they lived by those things, but at least they followed the serving size. At
No,
least they
no,
were
no, no. But see,
satisfied.
what happened was when TV dinners and all these fast foods
Came
and
in.
what have you, that's when
The
the
process
obesity problem
kicked
came
in.
into, because it's the processed foods.
Well, you know, I think it depends on the family and where they come from because there's a lot of people that were eating those things that were not obese, you know? So
Well, no, that's their metabolism.
Right.
And that's their body doesn't, but then they have other things.
Okay.
Okay, they may not have obesity.
Right, right.
Because
other options, right.
let's say a lot of people don't have, I have the obesity.
Mhm.
My fat cells start feeding through blood, gets a blood source.
Okay.
But then other people, those AGEs, those compounds that come from the processed foods and what have you, you'll have Alzheimer's,
Right.
or you'll have diabetes, or you have
Diabetes is a big deal.
hypertension,
Yeah.
or you have cancer.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
all this is all because of the foods.
Processed food.
You know, the processed foods, or the challenges that's going on in your head and your body, and your balance is all off.
And
That's
a lot of
another
the
thing I
frozen
realized.
food has a lot of sodium.
Sodium,
I mean,
yeah.
filled with grams of sodium.
Well, it's not even all just
Sodium.
the sodium. It's actually the sodium and
And
the
chemicals,
chemicals,
and the
what,
chemicals.
dye number 5, or
Yeah.
you don't even
That's
know.
the rule that my children live by. If it has more than 5 ingredients, it's not coming in the house
No.
at all. If we can't read it, it's not coming in the house at all.
So what kind of programs do you do with?
Well,
with
you know what?
people?
Let's
Oh,
get
well,
that, because we're going to take a real quick break and we'll be right back. Okay? And remember, remember what you wanted.
You know you already want a Toyota, but when you want more from your Toyota store, you want Smithtown Toyota, where every Toyota comes with Smithtown Toyota's Toyota for Life program, giving you lifetime New York State inspections, lifetime 10% discounts on all parts and service, 2 years of complimentary oil changes, 2 years of scheduled maintenance, and more, all at no cost to you, plus low clear-out deals on every Toyota in stock. Get more from your Toyota store. Hurry to Smithtown Toyota.
Professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Welcome to the Rehab Center located at 2025 Brentwood Road in Brentwood, New York. At the center we offer chiropractic services, acupuncture, and physical therapy. We take most major medical, no-fault, and workers' comp insurance. If you need these types of services, contact the offices at 631-234-4949. That's 631-234-4949.
Hi, welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and I'm still here with my friends, and we're just talking. You wanted to ask
Yes,
for
you did
something?
like a 3-day program. You were talking about the meals that you did.
Yeah, I did a 3-day event to celebrate 1 year of business. So the first day was on a Friday. We did a food tasting in my private kitchen. I rent an entrepreneur space where I share with other chefs. The building has a private kitchen we can host events in, so I had a nice little tasting, a beautiful setup. It didn't go as well because this is my first year of business, so I expect next year is going to be great. I'm not worried about it.
Oh, yeah.
Then Saturday was to celebrate my 30th birthday party. It was just an adult thing. I'm sorry. And then followed by Sunday, which is my favorite day. It was a family fitness day. I mean, I don't do anything without my family. I don't party or anything like that. So I felt like it was important that I do the 3-day event so that my children get to celebrate with me as well as the adults and, you know, the business and everything together. And I want to influence families to be on the same path. I don't say follow me because everybody's trying to be healthy, you know, but I want you to understand how important it is to teach your children to embrace this lifestyle because eventually they're going to be adults and they're going to make the same mistakes we made, you know. So
And your children right now are embracing it.
They love it. Like,
Yeah.
my son is a little lazy, but you know how boys are. So he'll get there. I'm not worried about him. But my daughter, she's like rock star. She's all over everything. If you ask her about anything fitness, she talks forever. Food, she talks forever, you know, and she likes healthy food. It's not like I force her.
Do you send those foods to school with her?
I do. You know, it's so funny. When she started preschool, you know, they give you meals at school.
Right.
And the teacher called like this third day, and she's like, oh, Jelena's not eating. I don't know what's wrong with her. She's like, maybe she's scared because, you know, new school. I'm like, no, not my kid. Let me talk to her. I got enough. I'm like, Jelena, what's the matter? She's like, Mommy, they have fake food here. I'm like, Mommy, I can't eat that. She's like, I had a nugget and it tastes. She's like, I threw up. And the teacher's like, what is she talking about, fake food? When she pulled out her lunch bag, she said, you have your kid on a diet? I said, she's not on a diet.
No.
That's healthy food.
Yeah.
Over the year, you know, through the school year, the parents started asking me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I tried to convince the director of the school to have me offer meals to them or maybe even get someone to do, because the meals they were getting were horrible. Like, just because you're feeding toddlers doesn't mean you should give them garbage.
No,
like, especially the kids, they need good stuff.
Right,
but I guess they feel like they
it
don't
starts
realize,
there.
you know?
Yeah.
So the kids would eat it, you know, just my kid would refuse,
Yeah.
which made a little issue. And then we had like a family, you know, bring a meal in type of thing, a potluck, and I brought something in, and that was it. Everybody's like, oh, can you buy this? Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you make this? Can you make that? And that made her feel like she was in charge at school. She's like, Mommy, we're going to bring this in, and I need some snacks, and you make your protein bites, and you this and you that. And I'm like, you're not going to give protein bites to kids, okay? It's not happening. And like, whatever. But she loves it. And then that Sunday was for my kids. Like, my daughter feels like, I tell her every day she's my business partner. So that day was for her. You know, she got her little cousins together, and we did, we had a basketball game for the adults. We had a double dutch contest. We had a hula hoop contest, sack race, tug of war. I had Play-Doh, scented Play-Doh, and the kids made like fruits and vegetables, so they're making me a plate of food. And my nieces and nephews, they don't know anything about these things, but they love me. They're like, Auntie Lena this, Auntie Lena that. They call me Fit Auntie Lena or Lena Lena. And, you know, they had a great time. Someone sponsored medals and trophies, so the kids got to, you know, feel like
They won
stars,
something.
you know?
Oh, that's so cool.
And it was really good. We had good food, quinoa, sweet potato, chicken. I know they wanted hot dogs. I was like, I'm not buying any hot dogs.
No,
Hot dogs are
no,
nonsense.
it's
You know,
really
I bought them
bad.
burgers because everybody loves beef burgers. I'm not a fan of it, so I had chicken burgers and turkey burgers. And we had, I did Brussels sprouts with turkey bacon and maple syrup that everybody saw it so disgusting.
Wait a minute,
The pan was
Brussels.
empty.
What is it? Brussels sprouts?
I cooked the Brussels sprouts separately. I first fry the bacon,
Mm-hmm.
turkey bacon, of course, and then I slice the Brussels sprouts in half. I sear them a little bit, and then drizzle a little maple syrup on top.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like.
Now, what do you cook the Brussels sprouts in? Coconut oil, or do you use what?
Olive oil or coconut oil, either
Oh,
one.
okay.
My son doesn't like coconut oil. He hates
Really?
the taste. Yeah, he doesn't like anything coconut.
Oh my
So sometimes I have to do both, separate it for him.
Mm-hmm.
But they love that. They like, and there's two things I would say. A broccoli salad, they love. My husband eats that by itself. And you know, at one point I was thinking it was gonna be impossible to change him. Impossible. But there's no problem. Now, the only issue I have is instead of him eating one meal plan, he's eating 2 or 3 bowls instead of one. But at least I know he's eating something good, so it doesn't worry me as much. Because at one point he would eat pizza all day and fast food, you know. So we're in a good place, you know.
So do you have these
embraced
foods
it.
prepared in the refrigerator, or do you cook every night your food?
Well,
Yeah.
for home, at home I try to cook at least 3 times a week. But for my clients, and I do for myself, because I want everybody to understand that I live the same lifestyle I'm trying to embrace everybody else, you know, to take on. So I cook the meals for the week. I'll always make it at least 5 different meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It sounds like a lot, but if you're gonna eat this way every day of your life, you cannot eat sweet potato, chicken, and broccoli every day, or boil eggs and oatmeal every day. You need a variety, or you're gonna quit.
Yeah.
So I try to do it that way. You know, like when I send the menus to you, it's always something different, and I always give always available items on
yeah.
the bottom.
Right, you have
Yeah, so if you
options.
don't want something, you can swap it
Right,
out for things that I
right,
can
right.
make really simple.
Right.
And I keep them in the refrigerator. You know, these are airtight containers, so you can last up to 7 to 10 days. I tell my clients if they would like to, like chili or any soups or anything, you can freeze those things. If you're not going to eat them in the early part of the week, I would say eat the salads first.
Right. That's
Because
what
those
I.
things would go a
That's
little
exactly
bit.
what I did. Yeah.
And you know, I have some clients that would be like, "Oh, this went bad." Or that. I'm like, listen, you got to understand, your food should not last forever.
Exactly.
You should eat it, and if you don't eat it, you got to throw it in the trash. That's just what
Yes,
happens.
exactly.
You know? Sometimes I throw away a lot of produce. If I went on
Yeah.
vacation and left stuff in the fridge, I come home, I'm upset. Like, oh my God, my zucchini went bad. My
I
avocado
know,
went
right?
bad. You know, 'cause those things are expensive, but what can you do? So I make sure I eat every 3 hours. And another thing that I do every day, I have Snapchat and Facebook and Instagram, and I do my best to show everyone my routine from morning to bedtime. You know, I have people every day like, how do you do that? I get up at 4 o'clock every day, sometimes 3:30. I push it at 4. I'll be late every day. But I get up, I have my I have my vinegar, the apple cider vinegar with some water.
You use the Bragg's?
Yes.
Yeah, so-
And then I have my breakfast at 5 and 8 o'clock the next meal, 11 o'clock the next meal. The day I have a gallon of water for the whole day. I make sure I finish that gallon. You know, when I get home, I don't work out every day. It's impossible for me.
No,
to do
you
that.
don't have to.
I can't.
You don't
yeah.
have to.
I would love to because
Yeah.
my body really
But
likes it.
But the thing is, sometimes too much of something
It's not
is
good.
not good
Right.
either.
So-
But as long as you dance or do something or whatever,
Exactly. It balanced out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I try to squeeze in at least 3 times a week to work out. But I also noticed that when I do the more intense stuff, like more weightlifting or HIIT training, CrossFit type of things, they say that it's burning fat for up to 48 hours after the workout.
Yeah,
so
right.
I can
When you're
feel,
resting, it's working.
And if you eat, that's another thing I try to explain to people, like, it's important that you eat, right? And especially after you work out, they say that's the window of opportunity. Your muscles are starving at that point. That's when you need to feed it, and you can't feed it what in the early day, I would say it's okay to have avocado and nuts and those things, but those things slow down the digestion process. So after the workout, you want your carbs and your protein. So your muscles can build up stronger, faster, and you're good to go, and you benefit from that workout. It defeats the purpose to work out, and just a lot of girls I see on Snapchat, they're like, oh, I just work out, but I'm so hungry and I can't eat because it's late. And I'm like, your body's starving. Feed it. You got to feed your body. They don't get it. They don't. I don't want to gain weight. It's late or whatever. But your body's gonna burn that fat because you're doing what you're supposed to. You don't have to worry about it if you do what you're supposed to.
Well, actually, I was supposed to have some blood work done, right?
Right.
And I had gone out dancing, and when I got home, I was hungry because
Are you trying to fast for the blood work?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I couldn't because I had to eat.
Right.
So when I got home,
for both of you, how do you feel about that? Because I think when you're fasting, that's not the true results.
No, well, no, only because they're trying to do the cholesterol and what have you. Because certain things they have to do
I
as a
think
fasting.
you have to be fasted when you take, because if you have a cookie before you go, your sugar level is going to be sky high.
It's not going
and
to
They want to check that.
They want to see what it is.
So we do those finger sticks now.
Finger sticks,
So we have the health fairs. I don't know, because we've been battling with this a lot now. Like patients come in, they already had a meal or they drink juice or whatever, and the doctors say it's not an issue because these are the true results. Like if you're eating like this every day, you shouldn't starve yourself the whole day to have this test just to give it good results.
Well, no, it's just well, no. When they're doing a finger stick, then you're telling what you're doing during the day. And if you're doing that in terms of, that's the real deal. But this is like a balance, or what is it called? Something that it's the baseline.
Okay.
So the baseline, you want to have it as what your body is without the food.
Okay.
And you are supposed to. I like intermittent fasting.
Okay.
Because technically, it's good for your body also. I've done a lot of different researching and with my studies with the health coaching, I found that everybody's very unique.
Right.
And it's not something that's worked for you. It's not going to work for necessarily the next person or what have you. So the intermittent fasting, I found that actually, because I like the whole premise of it. It's like helping your body get to a point that you need to kind of turn off.
Okay.
Turn off your body, because after like 7 o'clock, you need to. It's when you have a machine running all the time. All of a sudden, when's the downtime?
Right.
So you have to have some downtime so that it can do the processing and then elimination.
Okay.
So it's extremely interesting about this intermittent.
I have to read some more.
Yeah,
I even have a friend. Well, I've noticed him on Instagram. It's crazy. He works out so much, and he gets up. He sets his alarm to get up at night to have his meals in between his sleep, because that's another reason I said I won't change my business name, because not only is breakfast important, but so is dinner. Throughout the whole day is dinner. And he says, like, he lives by this. This is his routine. His nutritionist and everyone tells him, like, it's fine to do this. He's like, I get up and I have my meal. He waits a while, of course, to go back to sleep. But it's like he's saying that when you're sleeping, your body's still working. So it needs something.
But it doesn't necessarily need anything.
I agree.
That's where
I'm. Person.
Yeah, but no, really, your body needs to be able to shift and get rest. And your metabolism needs that rest. Yeah. So because otherwise it doesn't work as efficient.
Okay.
So at this point, I really saw my body working so much better. So when I did that, the intermittent fasting, and it wasn't. You don't have to do it all the time, but it does help your body just break it down.
Yeah. I
So-
try to do fasting
I
before
usually,
cardio.
well, I
that's
usually
it.
eat small. I usually eat 6. I used to eat 6 small. When I was
Yeah.
training, I had 6 meals
That's
a
what I
day.
do, 6 to 8 meals sometimes.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
felt great.
Great. See?
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, you can
But
do
you look
that.
great.
And I kind of
still.
do that now. I don't sit down
Well,
and
you
have
can-
one big meal.
Yeah, but you
Right.
can still do
Do that.
that. But you do that between a certain time and a certain time. And then after that, you say, okay, well, now it's time to let your body go into rest.
Rest, right.
And break down that food that you just ingested and over the day.
And
Because
that's what I say too with the milk, like you said, eating the smaller meals. Like, you don't need as much time for the food to digest because it's gonna go where it's supposed to anyway. So by the time you hit the next meal time, you're okay to eat, And then eventually at some point, like, this is another thing for me, gastric bypass, all those procedures. I say those things. A lot of people take it as this is the beginning and end of my life. It's gonna fix everything, and I say you have to embrace the healthy lifestyle regardless, because you're gonna destroy yourself even with that. Your body's you're gonna lose the fat, but you're not gonna benefit anything else.
But see, the thing is, and you're right, because what happens if you still don't learn how to eat properly?
Right.
It's still going to come back
Defeats the
on.
purpose.
Because the whole body mind balance and spirit is not going to work.
Right.
But you know what? We have like 2 minutes, so you're going to share your how did they get back in contact with you, Elena, and kitchen. What is it?
Okay, you can contact me at email at dinnermykitcheneverynight@gmail.com. I also have a website, www.dinnermykitcheneverynight. I know it's a long name, but when you start to type it in, it'll definitely pop up. But night is spelled Nite. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. Snapchat, it's Lean Lena. That's
You have a telephone number that they
Oh,
wanna
yes,
get?
yes, I'm sorry. The number is 1-929-266-FOOD. That's 3663. Yeah,
Wow,
that's it.
that's so
Thank
cool.
you.
Well,
Thank you
I'm
for
so
sharing.
happy.
Thank you for
right?
having
Thank you
me.
for sharing your
Thank you guys
passion.
for having me, because
Yeah.
I feel so comfortable with you guys. I was so nervous to come here, and I thank you guys for
Well,
having me here.
even though you didn't know me that well, you felt my spirit.
I did. Definitely did. I definitely did.
You knew that it was like, okay, I got to be there. Because
But it's
Wednesday.
not you, it's the camera.
Oh
That's what I
no, but
worry
that
about.
wasn't it. I told you, don't even worry about it. And actually, she was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna work it out. I just got bit by a dog, but it's okay.
My son is like, Mommy, take a break. You don't have to do anything. Just relax. I'm like, no, I got to figure it out. I'm at home thinking, like, what am I going to say? This and that. I'm like, you know what? She said it's going to be like sitting in the living room with your friends. We're going to do
Very
that.
natural.
Just whatever.
It's just sharing your passion. It
Watching
comes
you
in.
guys the other day, I was just looking at it like, I feel like I'm sitting there with them. I was really into it. But then I was tired, so I fell asleep. And I told you, I said, I'm going to try to watch some more. So I'm going to try to catch up on some more videos. But yeah, I'm grateful for you guys to have me here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
Problem.
And you have to come again. Bring the
Yes,
family.
I'm going to bring Princess Jelena.
Yeah.
Fit Princess Jelena. You can't call her anything else. So.
Okay. Well, next week we're going to have some more friends out. And thanks for coming and sharing your passion for life. See you next week. Take care.
Okay.